And a gift to a friend using her former title, Her Royal Highness, despite the fact that she and Harry stepped away from their royal roles in 2020. Damn them!
Make some fast money from the brand.
It was meant to be the night, elegant, radiant, and soaked in the glow of triumph. For Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, this wasn't just another appearance, but a statement of revival, a bold reminder to the world that they remained the golden pair, wrapped in grace, purpose, and respect. They arrived in New York City, the dazzling heart of fame and power, for the grand Humanitarian Awards. Cameras stood ready, lights gleamed flawlessly, and Meghan, true to form, had every detail in place.
That, Harry and I had to grow up in, and I'll do everything I can to make sure we don't regress in that situation.
Inside their Manhattan suite, everything buzzed in a carefully controlled storm. Stylists rushed between designer racks, publicists murmured about camera shots, and assistants checked each second of the plan. Every move had been mapped out. By the window stood Harry, phone in hand, watching the sparkling skyline. Everything was flawless until the call came. The voice on the line was steady, almost too smooth. It was a representative from the awards committee. Meghan and Harry's request for a private jet, funded entirely by sponsors, had been denied. No drama, just a polite, firm, "We can't accommodate that." For most, it would have been a small hiccup, but for the Duke and Duchess, it landed heavier. A quiet message that the world was shifting and their power no longer guaranteed a yes.
Who wants to officially strip their behinds of the title once and for all.
The Humanitarian Awards celebrated selflessness and service, so a request for a sponsor-funded jet clashed with its spirit. It wasn't personal, just principle. But for Harry and Meghan, used to doors opening effortlessly, the refusal hit hard. No anger, just a heavy silence that filled the room. The timing stung even more. Meghan's recent Paris Fashion Week appearance had sparked whispers. Front row at Balenciaga, stunning but not officially invited, wearing a borrowed outfit. In high fashion, that meant visible but not truly included. Rumors worsened after she drove through the same Paris tunnel where Diana died. Her explanation didn't convince anyone, and the internet reacted harshly. By the time she left, flashes popped, but the warmth had gone. The New York Humanitarian Awards were meant to be their comeback, yet that single call changed everything. It wasn't just about a plane, it was about power, perception, and realizing the world no longer bends for your image. The team grew quiet, exchanging thoughtful looks instead of outbursts. One had the automatic yes become a no. Attempts to justify with safety or privacy fell flat. The committee stood firm. Covering a private jet for any celebrity, even royals, would have shifted the awards from honoring selfless action to indulgence. Integrity mattered more than image. Days later, the Sussex team adjusted plans. New travel, PR angles, talking points, all polished as usual. Outwardly flawless, but behind the scenes, tension lingered. Every move, once meticulously controlled, now felt vulnerable, and even small missteps were magnified. The Paris whispers still lingered, and the jet refusal added another mark on their image. Hollywood and the charity world were evolving. Audiences now valued authenticity over spectacle. For Meghan and Harry, whose names once guaranteed attention, visibility alone wasn't enough. Alignment with their words mattered. As the award night neared, the real challenge wasn't outfits or speeches, but projecting humility after a career built on grandeur. Privately, both sides reflected. Organizers on values, the Sussex team on perception. The quiet no became a subtle lesson. Reputation is earned, not inherited. Inside their household, the focus shifted from power to gratitude, softer messaging, authentic actions, and humility. It was a necessary move. Fame opens doors, but credibility keeps them open. This moment reminded them that freedom doesn't equal immunity. It demands accountability. They couldn't control every headline or whisper, and that realization humbled them. The awards committee's quiet refusal set a new standard, quietly praised by other charities as integrity over indulgence. It wasn't disrespect, it was balance. In a world of curated images, this was clarity. Meghan and Harry, accustomed to mixing fame with influence and strategy with sincerity, faced a truth. This wasn't humiliation, it was revelation. True influence comes from authenticity, not luxury. To be taken seriously in global charity, consistency mattered more than admiration. The awards didn't reject them, they reflected them. On the night itself, there were no flashing cameras, no red carpet, no luxury convoy. A single black SUV slipped quietly through Manhattan, carrying Meghan and Harry side by side, unstyled and unassisted, breathing deeply before entering a room that once would have revolved around them.
No fanfare, no spotlight, just quiet. And perhaps that was exactly the point. The hall glowed softly under chandeliers, the air calm, guests mingling politely. When Meghan and Harry entered, heads turned gently, acknowledgement, not awe. They took their seats seamlessly, the focus on the cause, not themselves. Honorees, community leaders, and volunteers took the stage first, celebrated for their quiet dedication. When it was their turn, Meghan and Harry rose with measured poise, speaking of compassion, resilience, and service without expectation. Their words weren't crafted for headlines, they were real. The applause that followed was warm, genuine, and earned, not for spectacle, but sincerity. That night, they weren't icons commanding attention. They weren't part of the room, sharing it. For organizers, it confirmed their choice. For the Sussex team, it was a quiet yet profound wake-up call. They realized presence alone no longer shaped perception. Alignment between words and actions now mattered. The private jet that never took off became a quiet symbol. Influence isn't immunity. The world would listen, but not blindly. Every choice counted. When the ceremony ended, Meghan and Harry slipped out a side door, hand in hand. No photos, no after-party, just crisp night air and soft city sounds. That quiet exit wasn't a fall. It was a grounded, humble moment, more powerful than any spotlight. Headlines the next day were neutral. Meghan and Harry attend Humanitarian awards. No scandal, no viral debate, just professionalism. Behind the scenes, organizers took note. The committee's choice set a subtle new standard, proving integrity and generosity don't need glamour. For the Sussexes, the lesson landed harder than any tabloid. Simplicity over spectacle carries its own strength.
They'd been humbled and grounded, exactly what they needed. Their team stayed quiet. No spin, no statements, no insider explanations. That silence became their smartest move in years, proving that quiet paired with sincerity speaks louder than spectacle. Observers called it a reset, a soft correction after seasons of overexposure. The jet that never flew became a symbol, not soaring above others, but walking beside them, participating instead of preaching. From that stillness came a simple truth. True influence comes from consistency, not control. Authenticity matters more than perfection. The Humanitarian awards didn't diminish Meghan and Harry. They redefined their relevance. That night, looking over the Hudson, the jet stayed grounded, but their message finally took flight. They stopped chasing approval and began earning respect. The noise faded, the spectacle dimmed, and they were simply being. Sometimes the quietest turns tell the biggest stories. And for the Sussexes, that silence said it all.